Hello there, speed duelists, and welcome back to another tournament review. Today we are doing Speed Duel Showdown 186, and as you know, these tournaments are held every Sunday night on DuelingBook for free, so maybe next week you could be part of this tournament. Although first I have to point your attention to our World Championship circuit, the first tournament in which you can qualify for the final playoffs will be Speed Duel Winner Box number 40. Registrations will be starting February in the Speed Duel League Discord, so make sure you are part of that if you want to qualify for the World Championship circuit. But Speed Duel Showdown 186, we had 7 players, so I have 6 matches for you guys. First match is gonna be Ivanovic versus Amiibo Pimp, and we're gonna see Macro Gearfried versus the Dark Scorpions, Danzaluk and friends. Swords of Revealing Light, unfortunately not gonna do too much versus Gearfrieds. But Cliff is gonna go in and mill 2 from the opponent. Play is back to Ivanovic. There's a second Gearfried. They completely ignore the Swords of Revealing Light and just do their thing. And Amiibo with the triple Swords of Revealing Light, but Gearfried doesn't care. So definitely a tricky matchup. Because the Dark Scorpion deck plays all of these Stally cards. But Gearfried is just too strong, so very unfortunate we're not gonna see Danzaluk and Pals advance. Next, another villain deck. We're gonna see Mio Theo versus myself, and I am on Tomato Control, and Theo is on Pulling the Strings, refresher of the skill. Once per turn you can give a monster to the opponent, and once per turn during your own end phase you can destroy a monster that you control, that the opponent owns. A monster that you own that the opponent controls, and can be used once per duel. So I am gonna be given the Arcana Force 0, the full, and it's a bit of a sitting duck in attack position. I open the Tomato, but it's gonna run into Trap Hole of Spikes. Very cool card that doesn't see a lot of play, but in decks like this, it's pretty wild. Zombira the Dark is gonna attack into the Arcana Force 0, which cannot be destroyed by battle and also cannot be switched to defense modes. So this is a tricky situation to be in for me. I have the Mystical Space Typhoon for the Sakuretsu, and now I have Creature Swap. That's excellent. I'm gonna attack over the full, so this time my opponent is taking the damage. In my end phase, that's when the second effect activates, so the opponent owns this Zombira, but I control it, so he'll be able to destroy it and do 500 points of damage. Here, Pulling the Strings, again giving me control of the Arcana Force 0, and the Zombira is gonna be enough to attack for game here. Next game. I'm not really prepared for siding against this deck. So opponent going first is gonna summon the Fool and give it to me, clogging up my field. I'm gonna start off with Allure, getting rid of the Wall of Illusion, and I'm gonna set the Tomato instead of trying to attack with it. And I am given the Destiny Hero Dark Angel. While you control this, all your spells are negated. So that's very unfortunate because I did have the Creature Swap. So Tomato going in. Unfortunately run into Sakuretsu Armor. Opponent summons Guiding Light and gives that to me. So now all of these guys have 0 attack, so I'm a bit of a sitting duck. Zombira comes out. I do have Wall of Disruption, so I will only be taking 1300 points of damage. And I think I'm forced to crash the Dark Angel, so next turn I can Creature Swap. But as we can see, Mio Theo just draws another Dark Angel, so too bad for me. I can extend my pain with Sphere Kuribo, but this Mystic Tomato is not gonna do it, so GG to Mioteo. Next up is Flunar, or FH Lunar, against Left-handed Latios. We're saying that Lunar is on the Dark Fusion skill, I believe, and Left-handed Latios is on Dark Magician. With Sage's Stone, so playing the Dark Magician girl as well. Yeah. Breaker is gonna switch to defense position, but yeah, that's not too bad with the Dark Renewal. Unfortunately, it gets sniped by Galaxy Cyclone, but there's no follow-up, so Left-handed Latios can just summon the Legion of Fiend Chester and attack for a lot of damage. Play is back to FH Lunar, who has the Rota for Clayman, and is now gonna play Dark Fusion to summon, what is it called, Evil Thunder Giant? Lightning Golem. That is gonna use its effect to pop the Fiend Jester. So now Dark Magician is added, and yeah, maybe Lunar should not have used the effect to destroy, because now with Breaker destroyed, Left-handed Latios has no monsters on the field, so can summon the Dark Magician, non-summon Breaker, and yeah, with 1000 Knives being added from the deck to the hand by the Dark Magician skill, that is game. Lunar gonna start off with a set card, and we're gonna see Kaiku, that prevents the Dark Calling, right? From the graveyards. Yeah, this banishes from the hand and or graveyard. But FH Lunar is just gonna use materials from the hand to summon that Lightning Golem, pops the Kaiku, and goes in for a lot of damage. Left-handed Latios fires the Allure, and he has the Dark Magician Girl, so he's gonna special summon that with the skill, and then use the Breaker to destroy the back row, the final line of defense, and that is gonna prompt the Windstorm of Itakwa. Now, Left-handed Latios still has his Search from the skill card, so he's gonna use that to search Sage's Stone, and yeah, that was gonna summon Dark Magician, and yeah, there were basically no outs that Lunar could have top decked. Going into the top 4, we're gonna see Ivanovic on the Gear Free deck versus DuelingBook is bad, and DuelingBook is bad is on one of the new My skills. We'll be reading it. Tribal Unity, so Harpy monsters are Amazonas on the field or in the graveyard, and vice versa. And once per turn you can discard a card to let an Amazonas or Harpy monster gain 200 attack per level of the discard monster. So you have to discard a monster for that. Let's see what DuelingBook is bad is planning to do with that. Macrocosmos, a bit unfortunate, but yeah, DuelingBook is bad is gonna add Hysteric Sign, Elegant Egotist of Hysteric Sign. Here is Chandler, following up with Elegant Egotist to summon Harpy Lady 1, so that is gonna boost the Chandler and herself. And now Tribal Unity activates, yeah, it just says discard, you don't have to discard to the graveyard, so that is gonna let one of the monsters gain 800 attack points. So Harpy Chandler is now 25, if this battle phase connects, which it doesn't. We're gonna see Grand Convergence wiping the field and 300 points of damage. Ivanovic draws and has another Grand Convergence. Yeah, Gearfried is hiding, but Reinforcements of the Army pulls it out of the deck. So 1800 directly. And now DuelingBook is bad is on the play. Is gonna draw Amazon's Fighting Spirit, and that's not gonna help. So they're gonna be forced to pass. Yeah, they could have set Sphere Kuribo, but yeah. And now Grand Convergence can pick off the last 300 points of damage. Yeah. Yeah, Ivanovic taking game 1. The Gear Free deck is so strong. Ivanovic starting off with the Gearfried, and we see that they have Macrocosmos and 2 Battle Traps, so this is gonna be tough. Harpy Lady 1 gets summoned. Next up, a special summon of the Harpy's Pet Dragon, Fearsome Fire Blast. So you can special summon this card from your hand if you control a level 6 or lower wind monster. It has to be summoned in defense. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can send a winged beast from your deck to the graveyards. I believe in the TCG, there's a specific Harpy you sent for this. Is it Harpist? I think it's Harpist, but it's not in Speed Duel. And monsters cannot target level 6 or lower Harpies for attacks, so that will prevent Gearfried from attacking over the Harpies. This has to be summoned in defense position. Let's see, other players see that. Yes, okay. Ivanovic caught it. Elegant Egotist is gonna bring out the Harpy Lady Sisters. And it's gonna try to attack over the Gearfrieds, but Damage Step Mirror Wall is gonna counter this. It's a bit funny. Harpy's getting countered by Mirror Wall. Ivanovic is gonna let the Mirror Wall go, I think, because he drew Blast with Chain. This attack can't happen, right? Because of the Fearsome Fire Blast. But after that, Amazon's Onslaught is activated. Special summoning the Harpy, no, the Amazon's Queen. Or yeah, I guess you could say Harpy Queen. I'm unsure why this damage was taken, because Gearfried normally would not be able to attack, but yeah, let's proceed as is. The Pet Dragon attacking into the Gearfried. Blast with Chain is activated. Gearfried is gonna pop the Blast with Chain, and Blast with Chain is gonna destroy the Amazon's Queen. So now the Harpy's pet is able to be destroyed by battle. And yeah, that is gonna be the case. Still in the battle phase, DuelingBook is bad activates the effect of Amazon's Onslaught, and this tiger is gonna gain attack for the Harpy, who becomes an Amazoness. So that is plus 800 because there's 2 Amazoness monsters on the field. I don't get why his attack goes up that much. I think it should be at 1900 because this only gives wind monsters the attack boost. Yeah, might be missing something. Anyway, we're gonna see the tiger attack over the Gearfried, and the Harpy Lady 1 attacks directly for 1600. Ivanovic drawing Shrink, but that's not gonna save him. So a bit of a weird game with some rulings that might not have been correct, but yeah, I don't think they would have mattered too much. Ivanovic starting off with perfect opening hand. They have the Gearfried, the macro combo, and additional monster removal. So let's see whether DuelingBook is bad can break that. We're gonna see Amazon's Princess searching Amazon's Village. Unfortunately, it requires monsters to be sent to the graveyards, but it also gives a bit of an attack boost, so that might be relevant. Amazon's Call is activated, adding Fighting Spirit, which is a you know the field spell Skyscraper for elemental heroes? This is that for Harpies. Activates it, goes to the battle phase, declares an attack, or maybe, yeah. Yeah, Princess, it has to send a card to the graveyard, so that cannot activate. Offerings to the Doomed is gonna take care of the Princess. So Ivanovic will have to skip the draw phase, but yeah, he has everything he needs right now. 1800 gonna connect directly. Hysteric Sign is activated, searching the Elegant Egotist. Normal summoning Cyber Harpy Lady. It's basically a normal monster. It's just a bigger Harpy Lady. And Egotist is gonna special summon the Harpy Lady 1 from the hand. So boosting the attack power. And I believe the attack power should be even higher, right? Because these monsters are also Amazoness while they're on the field or in the graveyard. So yeah, I think they should gain the additional attack boost from Village. It's not gonna matter though, because Grand Convergence is gonna wipe out the entire field, and now Ivanovic just had to draw a monster, which he doesn't. He draws Shrink. But with the Shrink behind the Gearfried, it's gonna be super tough to come back. The Sisters and the Queen, the two big breaks of the deck. Unfortunate, so that is gonna be the match, and Ivanovic moves on to the finals with Gearfried. Next up, we're gonna see Mioteo facing off against Lieutenant Latios, and this Dark Magician deck might be a bit more prepared to play against Villain Turbo, as I'm calling it. Breaker is gonna shoot the Trapple with spikes. Excellent, excellent. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the monsters that you hand over cannot be tributed for Tribute Summon. Normal Summon Vortex Trooper uses its effect Chaining 1 and then Chaining 2 Dark Renewal. That's gonna send a Spellcaster and a summoned monster to summon Dark Magician. And Mioteo scooping it up. Yep. Figures. Next game, we're gonna see the Dark Angel being passed over. Lieutenant Latios gonna set a few cards, sending the Dark Renewal, the Champion's Vigilance, so he's all set up for a potential Dark Magician. Magic Rebo is gonna get in for 300 points of damage, and yeah, that might be relevant because now Magic Rebo is in attack position. Lieutenant Latios will be taking damage, and he has a second copy of Magic Rebo in the hand, so that's gonna special summon the Dark Magician. And although Lieutenant Latios cannot use any spells because of the Dark Angel still chilling on the field, yeah, he has the tools he needs, right? There is a Sakuretsu armor, but as we saw, there's still a Champion's Vigilance in the back. Golden Ladybug, yeah, that might give Mioteo the time he needs to find an out to Dark Magician. So here we're gonna see the set of Arcana Force Zero, the full. Yeah, the hand limit is 6 in Speed Duel as well. And yeah, Mioteo has less cards in his deck. And I think Latios has the read that the set is Arcana Force the full. So I think this might just be a whole bunch of draw pass. And a Ladybug for Latios as well. So yeah, I'm gonna fast forward this. I think this is just gonna go into a deck out for Mioteo. Aha, end phase, we are gonna see Guiding Light getting destroyed, doing 500 points of damage. The Fool is flip summoned. Zombira the Dark is normal summoned. But yeah, Dark Renewal is gonna take it out. And Latios choosing not to summon of Dark Renewal, yep, that is optional. So this further solidifies the idea of just passing until Teo's deck is empty. Teo at 8,000 life points, but yeah, there's no win condition. Tribe Infecting Virus is gonna get flipped, destroying the Dark Angel, destroying the Fool. Tribute Summon Dark Magician Girl. Latios is now going to use the skill to add Sage's Stone. That's going to bring out Dark Magician. That is going to make Dark Magic attack live. And Lieutenant Latios trying to go for game via attacking. Is it going to be enough? Like, things are looking pretty convincingly good for Latios at this point. So I think he's just attacking and trying to go for game out of principle. Oh, Pot of Avarice! That's gonna be huge for Mioteo. Did that just put Sakuretsu armor back? That cannot happen, right? Yeah, that might have been a misclick. Because he's returning 5 monsters and then the Sakuretsu armor. Ah, yeah, they're catching it. Okay, no harm, no foul. Mioteo still at a lower deck count. The flip summon of the Fool is gonna get countered by Dark Renewal. Yeah, normal or specials, so not flip summons. So pulling the strings is gonna resolve, and Zombaira can just attack over the Fool. Breaker gets normal summoned. That is gonna destroy the Trapple with spikes. Now Dark Magician Girl can attack over the Zombaira. Breaker can attack directly. And Mioteo draws another Zombaira, but is just gonna have to set another Fool. Another Dark Magician Girl comes down. He's actually playing 2. Yeah, the Fool is gonna defend against that. This time Dark Renewal does have a chance to activate. What a game this has been so far. How long has this been going on? 34 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, this Zombaira is gonna get an attack in on the Fool, but it's too little, too late. Oh, Latios is on 3 copies of Dark Magician Girl. Okay, yep. Pretty intense match. Lieutenant Latios moves on to the finals and is gonna face Ivanovic with the Gearfried deck. With all of these big beat sticks, shouldn't be too bad of a matchup. We saw earlier in the tournament that some decks just have no answers to Gearfried, but yeah, Latios should be good. It's gonna normal summon Breaker. The summon gets hit with an Offerings to the Doomed, and Latios won't mind this, because now they can special summon Dark Magician Girl. There is a Grand Convergence, but it's not gonna be fired yet. The skill is gonna add Sage's Stone. Ivanovic is gonna allow that to resolve, and I think now Ivanovic should Grand Convergence. But yeah, it's just too late on that. So the Macrocosmos will be destroyed, and that's gonna be essential. Because yeah, now Latios takes 1800 points of damage. And the Dark Magician will be coming out. Yeah, so now it's just a cleanup duty for Dark Magician and pals. Don't think there's anything Ivanovic could top deck here. No. Mirror Wall is not gonna do it. Yeah, so I think Ivanovic made not a correct play there. I think he should have Grand Convergenced on the resolution of Sage's Stone, but yeah, let's head into the next game. And Latios is gonna summon with Chowside Ghost Stopper. So this prevents spell or traps activating their effects in the graveyard. So this is specifically against the Blast with Chain. Ivanovic starting off with yeah, just monsters. These fossil dinos are not gonna do anything. The Survivor won't do anything without Macrocosmos. Normally Gearfried plus Blast with Chain would be good, but Chaosai is gonna stop that. So yeah, Ivanovic will just have to use the Blast with Chain as a battle trap, but we see that Latios has the Breaker. So Breaker is gonna shoot the Blast with Chain, and yeah, Chaosai is gonna stop that. Perfect, perfect. Well, I'm sorry for Ivanovic, but I'm a Dark Magician fan, so of course I was gonna root for my boy here. Gearfried attacking over the Breaker, but this is all yeah, not gonna be it. Chaosai with his 1900 attack points as well. Now the Macrocosmos is drawn. Breaker is just gonna take that out. And Ivanovic is gonna need a pretty good draw. Shrink might be it, right? He's gonna set it and attack over the Breaker. That is gonna work. Lieutenant Latios is gonna summon the Legion, the Fiend Jester. That does give you an additional summon, right? Yeah, for tribute summon of a spellcaster. So if Latios wants to, he can tribute summon the Dark Magician, but he's not going to. He's gonna play around the potential Blast with Chain. But it's a Shrink, and Shrink is gonna take out the Chaosai. And when Chaosai is destroyed, you can banish a spell trap from the opponent's graveyard. Just banish the Blast with Chain out of spite. Yeah, just for giggles, he says in the chat. And there's another Blast with Chain. So, whew, the duel has turned. Things are looking good for Ivanovic now, as he has the Fossil Dyna and the Gearfried with Blast with Chain backup. As Latios is gonna search for his third Dark Magician. He's gonna need a pretty good draw here. Book of Moon. Yeah, Book of Moon does it, because he can just flip the Fossil Dyna face down. Then special summon Dark Magician. Ivanovic has to use Blast with Chain here. No, Thousand Knives is activated. But yeah, Ivanovic is waiting until the battle phase. Let's see. Lieutenant Latios is gonna use the skill to search for Dark Magic attack. Is gonna use that. Not taking the risk of running into a battle trap. This Blast with Chain does resolve, destroys the Dark Magician, but Lieutenant Latios just has another copy in the hand, and that is perfect to attack for game. So Lieutenant Latios on Dark Magician, winning this week's Speedwell Showdown. Guys, thank you for watching. I was Ryan Atlas, and make sure to like and subscribe this video. Bye!